we are going to talk about the rest of the color adjustment layers, and we're going to start from the very simple one and very basic one, and I believe it will be very easy to explain you such a things. And I'm going to start from photo filter. I was thinking how I should explain you this, how should I explain how photo filter works, and it's not really difficult. I just wanted to show you some simple ways. And imagine yourself some kind of a little mist, some really soft mist of color, and then put this on your image, and that's how photo filter works. As you can see, I'm going to turn this off and now turn this on when I opened photo filter, and we have this really soft mist of color on our image. In photo filter we have different kind of filters. Right now, by default, as a first one, we have warming filter, which has this orangey color. We can change this to any filter we want. We can choose the red filter, and the color of our mist will be different, our color in general. Of course, cyan, which will be colder. We can choose culling filters, etc. Also, except the choosing filters, which we have over here, we can just choose color we really want. So I'm going to go with strong orangey color because I think it's really suitable for this image. And except that, we can set up our density. So I'm going to pull this down. This soft color won't be really strong enough to cover this image, and there's really just a small difference. So you can imagine a really thin glass of color in front of your image. However, when I'm going to pull up the density, it becomes way stronger. So that's how photo filters works in Photoshop. Of course, it doesn't look so well when we pull this so strong, and usually I keep this around 20%, maybe up to 30%, but no stronger, because I really like soft effects, and the soft effects giving you the best results. So okay, let's close the photo filter. It was very simple, but right now we are going to something much more, maybe not difficult, but something that seems way more complicated, and first time when you look at this, it's not so obvious what's going on over here. I'm going to choose other image which has more separate colors to show you how does it look when we on the colors. And when you change the layers into channels, you can see the channels. Of course, we work in the RGB mode, which means there's red, green and blue color. Each of these color has different intensity of the image, but there are always these three colors connected into this RGB mode, which is our main image. So okay, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the red channel, and in the red channel you can see the intensity of the red color. The brightest color is the more red color we have, and what you can see, we have really bright car, because this car was actually color red. This car was red. So when I'm going to choose red mode, as you can see, this color has this really strong bright color. The difference is when we go into green, and when I'm choosing green, what you can notice, the car is really dark. The reason why, because there's not much, there's nothing at all about the green color on the car. However, the grass behind becomes very bright. Why? Of course, because grass was green, and in this green channel we can see this already, grass was green, so this area is very bright. Not much of this red color, not much of green color on the car, so the car become really dark. And the same when I'm going to change this into the blue, as you can see, once again with the car, not much blue color on the car, not that much on the grass as well, but our sky was blue. So what you can notice, the sky is absolutely totally bright, because here was a blue color. So when I'm going to change this to green, you can see the sky is totally different. We can see it actually stays the same about red, even less of the red color, so the sky is darker. Green we have a little bit more, so it's bright, and blue our sky is blue, so it's totally bright. So that's how the channel works, and you can see this on that images. So okay, you know a little bit about channels. So right now I'm going to open the channel mixer, and channel mixer is all about balancing between these channels, with the specific channel to achieve the desired effect we really want. And we have output channels, the same as it was here. It's red, green, and blue. In preset as a default, because we're going to start from default to explain you this. And every output channel, as you can see, red has 100% red in the red channel. The same in green channel, we will have 100% green, and blue 100% blue. So what is about all of these sliders? When I'm going to grab this slider and pull it up, what is happening, it's actually intense the red color in our red areas. So we're making the red color more intensive. So you can see when I'm going to bringing up the red color that existed on the all other areas as well, and make this intensive. When I'm going to pull this down, it's going to take off the totally of red color from the red area, so the red color doesn't exist anymore over here. I'm going to bring this back to 100. So what about these other sliders? I'm going to grab red and look what is happening. I'm sorry, green. Going to intense the red color in the green spaces, as you can notice. When I'm going to take this down, it doesn't make such a huge difference, but when I'm pulling this up, it's going to make intensive the color on the green space, the red. I'm going to pull this back to 0, and let's see how in blues work. I believe it's going to become red mostly in this area, and I was totally right. When I'm going to pull this up, it's becoming really strong red over here. I can show you the difference when I'm going to create a stamp. So at first, let's bring up this on the green. I'm going to create a stamp on the top. To create a stamp, I'm pressing Alt, Control, and Command Shift and E to create a stamp. Now I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to change these values over here and do this once again. So I have 2 layers, and you can see the layer number 1 was green 200, and here was blue 200 in the red channel. Okay, so here, as you can see, we intensively the color red on the blue areas. There was a lot on the street and on the sky, and here, as you can see, we intensively the red color on the green areas. I feel you can see the specific difference right now. How does it work? So okay, let's go to our channel mixer once again, and I'm going to bring this back to these real values, and I'm going to switch the output channel into green. As you can see, we're going intense green on greens, the same as it was with red channel. When we're going to take this down, we're going to take completely greens from the image, so exist only blue and red. When we bring in up red, it's going to bring up the green color on the reds. You can notice this. We totally dominated the red colors by greens right now, and the same with blues. Right now we dominated blues by the green color. So that's how it looks like. Also, output channel as a blue works the same. We intense the blue color in the output channel. So usually what's the most important, usually you're working only with the in the specific channel, when we are in the blue channel, you're working with this blue slider. So if you want to intense the color, you just bringing this up. If you want to take down the color, you're just taking this down. But what I recommend to the good results, we usually should stay around 100% for the right value, or always for the 100%. Can just balance between the colors, as you can see. It can give you some really nice colors when you want to improve some of the colors. And to show you a bit better, let's take down this blue color totally, and let's have a look on our channels. We made this totally black because the blue color doesn't exist. Here we're not influencing anything anymore because this blue channel doesn't exist. But when I'm going to change this into green and I'm going to take down the green, as you can see, the only one color that exists right now is the red color. So that's how it works. When I'm going to red and make this more intense, it become way brighten over here. So you can actually see everything in your channels when we switch in between these. However, it's not the best thing for the channel mixer, and the best thing about the channel mixer is probably monochrome mode. When we check this monochrome mode, when we're going to switch into the monochrome mode, we work in one output channel right now. And as you can see, the values of this are a bit different right now. And this is really very useful if you want to manipulate between intensity of the source of your color, and it can allow you to create really amazing black and white images. And this work very simple. We have 3 sliders, so we can intensively the red colors, we can intense the green colors, we can intense the blue colors. Of course, at the same point we can take them down. Let's have a look into the channels. For example, I'm going to make the reds a bit more intensive, so I'm going around this area, and our source is higher, and then I'm going to take down the green to 0 and the blues the same. And as you can see, we absolutely make the red source a bit more intensive. For example, when we're going to change this, and I'm going to change this red to 0, this will become totally dark because we don't have any source. But I'm going to bring up some of the blues, for example, and maybe some of the greens. And as you can see, it absolutely intensively the greens and blues. However, the reds nearly doesn't exist. Of course, it doesn't look so well, so we need to bring up the reds for the nice color of the car. And by manipulating this, we can really achieve amazing results. I don't like this green. It seems a bit destructive for the image. I think it looks really the best if I'm going to take down a bit of the green, bring up maybe red a little bit, and take down the blues. We can achieve really amazing results. So that's how it works. You could actually see this when I'm turning this to 0, everything becomes dark because there is not our source. When we bringing up the value from the source we really want. Okay, there's one more thing you can do with channel mixer. Let's turn off monochrome, and what happened, once again we got back into our output channel red, green and blue. However, the image stays monochrome as it was. So I bring up the default values, I'm turning off the monochrome, and as you can see, I have red, green and blue, but this time all of this has different values. So manipulating by this, we can do the same thing what we were doing at first, but with different output channels. So when we bring in up the red, as you can see, this image get the color on this monochrome image. The same as we would do with green, so it's bringing the red colors mostly in the green source area, and blue colors it brings the reds on the blue source area, so mostly on the sky. As you can notice right now, it's really nice visibility on this. And of course we can do this with every other channel. I'm going to bring this back. When we go to blues, for example, and I'm going to bring up some of the blues, I'm going to make this bluish color intensively, and it's going to cover this black and white image, which right now gives us really nice effect, I could say. When we're going to take down the others, as you can see right now, it's giving us amazing color effects. Actually, I wasn't planning this, but as you can see, what we did, we make the blues a bit more intensively in the blue source. As well, we take down the blues from the green areas, so it becomes a bit more greener, and we take down a little bit of the blues from the red source. As you can see, we bring in blues and we take this down, so it's become a bit yellowish. We could actually bring this up so the car become blue, because we bring up blue on the red areas, but red color is not visible right now at all, so that's why you get it all in blue, and that's giving you really amazing opportunities. So as you can see, the channel mixer giving you endless possibilities and possibilities to experiment with the channels. I believe I give you the basic understand actually on how does it works. As you can see, the other channels doesn't give us such an amazing effects. I think blue channel was really working amazing for us, and I really do like this. Take down some of this. So open this and see how channel mixer works for you. Of course, everything is visible in these channel areas, and you have 3 different setups you can work with. That was a bit more complicated than other adjustment layers. For me, I think maybe it wasn't. Let me know if you think it's not more complicated than other adjustment layers, or maybe channel mixer seems a bit complicated for you. I believe I gave you full explanation on how channel mixer works. If I have to be honest, I was looking for the good explanation of channel mixer across the web, and if I have to be honest with you, I couldn't find this. I think usually the explanation of channel mixer are not so deep, so I really tried to give you the full view on channel mixer, how does it works, what it is all about, etc. So I believe you can know how does it work when you're going to use this, even if you're not going to use this very often, and even if you're not going to use all of the options that it offers to you, you can know how does it work, and for sure it's going to have huge value for your future work.